Okay, howdy me jiggity howdens, folks. I'm your host, Drasconian. Draskin. Welcome back to part 11 of Signalis, where I kind of sort of inadvertently fucked up in the last episode. I stopped in a weird place, but beyond that, it didn't record in the right way, which was great. But beyond that, more embarrassingly, it didn't give me the ending I was so sure I worked my ass off to get. So that's why we're kind of doing this again. This particular part I could have left in the last episode because it's the same with every ending, I think. But if it is not, I have to redo that boss several billions of times anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But that's the reason why I'm redoing this. I will be talking over the ending, reading the dialogue because I'm terrible. Because this section is kind of like the pre-ending. It's like I said, I believe it's the same no matter what ending you get, except for Artifact. That's the only one that's different. And when we do that one, I will actually explain how to get that one again, just so as a refresher. But you've returned. Are you really willing to go through with this once more? You've seen what happens. This world cannot take much more. This may be our last chance. If you go back, it'll all fall apart. I can't let that happen. That screen shouldn't have... Oh, my fucking eyeball! That screen shouldn't have appeared that soon. That was kind of weird. You just poofed and turned into the screen that wasn't supposed to show up. Whatever. At least I don't think it should have. the slap on the ground's like, damn it! You'll destroy everything. As you've noticed for this episode, because we're going to be showing the endings, I have taken my face out of the picture. Because it would detract from the amazingness that is the endings of this particular game. So if you remember from the very beginning, I said that the endings that I experienced in order were Leave, Memory, Artifact, and Promise. But I'm going to probably leave Artifact for the very end. So yeah, as you can see, now we're on the Penrose again. And we're not quite at the very end yet, but yes. Penrose Briefing Phrase 2. We don't need to read this again because we already read that earlier before, but there is another Penrose Briefing Phase document that is new. As you notice, shit tons of trash bags and a lot of blood below the floor. The entire bottom half of the floor is totally, like, the bottom deck of the ship is covered in blood. That's about cycle 225. When I signed up for this mission, I just wanted to get away from everything. I was sick of Rotfront, of school, of the photo store, sick of the fake smiles and the whispering behind people's backs. When I saw the photo of that soldier, I wondered who she was. Was she happy? Was her family proud of her? Did her comrades love her? Since we looked alike, could I have been like her? But in the end, I just wanted to leave. Nothing I had done or made ever meant anything to anyone, so why bother? Here I am finally free. I get to be myself and to do what I want. I can finally be happy. Yeah, that didn't age well, did it? That room on the right there, I think, is blocked off. There's no point to going in there. Correctamundo. There is no point. Penrose Briefing Phase 3. Congratulations, comrade. You've survived 3,000 cycles, reaching the final phase of the Penrose program. Your reward is death. With the end of the operational lifetime of your replica unit approaching, it is time to prepare for the final phase of your mission. If you have not found a suitable world for landing by this point, accept that you will not. Find solace in the thought that others might be successful where you failed. As you are probably aware, your ship's spare parts and rations will soon be depleted. Life support systems and reactor shielding will soon begin to fail, and radiation may begin to leak from the cooling system. We recommend you do not attempt to prolong your suffering by reusing old filters or rationing supplies. Instead, make peace with your fate. We suggest that you ask your replica, while it is still functional, to spare you a slow and agonizing death, or that you take permanent residence? Yeah, take a permanent residence in a cryogenic pod. Remember, you will die having served your nation by partaking in a glorious demonstration of our power. End of decrypted transmission, you decrepit piece of shit. Fucking God, I hate Cycle 648. Talk some more to the Elster unit. She's different from the replicas I knew back home. Nothing like my teachers or the block warp protector. I know she didn't have a choice, but it feels like she's also here because she didn't fit in. It's like we've run away from the world together. At first, I didn't like having someone around, and I was glad that she's quiet and didn't approach me. But lately, I've missed having someone that I can talk to. It's been so long since I've last seen another person. I never thought I'd miss it. Except her. Everything is the same in here. Always. Nothing ever changes. Just like war. War never changes. Another unfinished painting. There was never enough time. The ship is in massive disarray. If you couldn't guess by the fact that the reactor is sort of failing. Or has failed. Cycle 1294. I had a strange dream. I was listening to the radio with my mother. Like back then, the numbers were on, and my mother was taking notes with a book on her lap. It was that book I saw in the shop window of the bookstore where the twins lived, the one with a yellow hooded figure on the cover. When I went there to buy it, it was gone, and Erica said the protectors had confiscated it. Or was it Issa? I can't remember. Cycle 1840. Everything is always the same. I feel like I'm trapped inside this ship. I know every bolt on every panel in every room of it. I've seen everything. I've done everything there is to do in here. I can't concentrate on anything. It's like there's this fog inside my head, and whenever I try to do anything, I just can't focus. I want to go outside. I want to breathe fresh air. I want to feel the wind on my face and in my hair. Cycle 2503. I think I lost more hair. I'm sitting here getting older. Every time I wake up, I feel older, sicker, weaker, backwards, can't read. I get out of breath so easily lately, and my back hurts when I sit down. How much longer will this go on? I feel like I'm just slowly dying. Maybe you are. The reactor's cooling system is leaking irradiated coolant everywhere. I tried my best to patch it up, but eventually we ran out of spare parts. Why didn't I just take off my arm and use that to plug it up? Cycle 5000. Those two digits that are redacted there are actually translatable. I don't know what they are exactly, but I will more than likely be doing another playthrough of this where I'll read all of the redacted stuff. Because I did actually go through the process of working with my significant other to make a lexicon to use to decipher the images and the text in this. I'm tired of it all. Every time I go to sleep, I wonder if I'll ever wake up again. I'm scared that it'll be the last time I say goodnight to her. Did I say it right? Will she be okay? What if one of us just won't wake up tomorrow? Cycle 5400 and whatever. I don't want to die. I don't want to live anymore either. Everything is just so exhausting. I just want to lie down and disappear. I just want to sleep. Please just let me sleep. Please just make it stop. Please. I do have that note translated, so if I get it wrong here, I will probably correct it in editing, because that's a very important detail. That's a very important note, that if you decipher it, it kind of raises your eyebrow. And also, I'm dead. I couldn't keep my promise. Despite my best efforts, I eventually fell ill too. It had to end this way. Did it? Did it really? Did it have to end this way? Yeah. Okay, it's time. This is all that's left. Go home. Will this be embarrassing for me again? Nope. This is the ending that I intended to get. So this is the leave ending. So that particular ending, I'm going to skip this because there's nothing after the credits for it. These were the stats that I had with this particular playthrough. It doesn't totally add up, which is weird. I had better stats in my playthrough where I ended up not getting this ending, which is very bizarre. I had less damage taken, more, roughly the same here, but I actually did have a bunch of deaths cheated, so I don't know why this... These were the results that I got for this ending. Take it as you want. Don't give a shit. I've come back for you. It's me, Elster. Elster? I'm sorry, but I don't remember. It's okay. Perhaps this is hell. Please, just let me stay by your side a little longer. Did end up taking a lot of damage at the end there, so... Okay. So, this is the artifact ending. Remember, before you finish doing this stuff, make sure you have the 3 keys. The key of love, the key of eternity, and the key of sacrifice on you before you finish this particular thing. Before you finish this and open up the hole, because you cannot back out of this, right? If you remember from when I told you that. So that's that. Make sure you have them on you, because you can't go back and get them. It sucks, but that's the way it is. Okay, so key of eternity, key of love, and key of sacrifice. Oh my god, a sound effect. Now get ready for this. This is a long ass safe combination. Okay? We did this in the part 10, but we'll do it again because this is the ending. 394 866 017 024 326 01064. There you go. Once you open that, it's a lily. White lilies. Pick up the flower. Elster. I can't do it. You have to do it. It's time for this to end. Please. So yeah, there we go. That is all of the endings of Signalis. This game is a masterpiece. It really is. That last ending, didn't hit me very hard when I first saw it. But this is probably like the 4th time I've seen the Promise ending, and it finally actually kind of got to me a bit. I absolutely love this game so much. I went through, played it multiple times, wrote a massive notepad worth of, like, I took a whole shit ton of notes because I wanted to kind of get to the bottom of this, and I do feel like I have a general grasp on the story. There's a couple of things that I'm not 100% sure on, but I want to make a video kind of going over that and talking about my interpretation of it, because it just, this is one of the best stories that I've experienced in like 10 or 11 years. The only story that I have experienced that left this profound an impact on me was Muv-Luv Alternative. And this hit so many of the points that Muv-Luv did in a fraction of the time, and just the open-ended nature of the story is just it's so interesting, it's so cool, it's so it's wonderful. I highly recommend that even if you don't play through this yourself, you just watch this playthrough. I highly recommend you do play it, but at the very least support these devs, because the Rose Engine is just 2 people. And they'd been working on this game, I think, for 8 years, something like that. Like a very, very long time they've been working on this game, and it shows how much painstaking effort they put into this, and it is phenomenal. I really highly recommend you support them. I'd love to see more. I'd love to see more of a continuation of Signalis. I know the Promise ending is kind of a very closed book kind of an ending. It's very absolute, but I would love to see more from this. I would love to explore this more. Truly, this game is one of the most moving that I've played in quite a number of years, and I am so grateful to be able to have experienced this. So like I said, I may or may not do another playthrough of this where I'll kind of talk a little bit more in depth about stuff as a complete picture, or I may do a full comprehensive video over this, kind of detailing all the things that I've kind of picked up over my course of playing, which I think would probably do it a bit better service. If you're interested in either one of those, please let me know. But in any case, please support the devs for this. This game is just amazing. I can't say enough good things about it. I'm speechless by it, even after having played it so many times and spent a very significant number of hours getting all the endings and trying to pick over every detail as close as I could. And even with the playthrough that I just finished now that you're watching, there were details that kind of popped out at me that I didn't notice before, and some things I feel like I may be reading into a little bit much, but I think I've got a general idea of things, because there's a bunch of repeating motifs that keep popping up that were definitely intentional. There's no doubt about what they've done with this. This is a completely thought through from start to finish. Every single detail has been accounted for. You're meant to interpret it in your own way, but there is an interpretation that is pretty close to the mark, and I feel like I have a good idea of it, but that is obviously, again, open to interpretation and a point of discussion, which there are no shortages of discussions about this. And yeah, so that is the stats I had for the Promise ending. I shot a lot of times. Yeah, I died a lot too, specifically for the achievement in this one, because this one is lengthy. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this project just as much as I enjoyed the game itself. I hope that you support the game, support the devs, and yeah, I'll see you in a comprehensive video of this or another Let's Play of it. I don't know yet. As I said, please let me know. And yeah, I will see you in the next video, whatever it is I choose to make. I absolutely love this game so much. Thank you, Rose Engine, for making this. Thank you for putting everything you have into it. It has been an absolute treasure. And yeah, I hope to see more from you in less than 8 years, hopefully. I know that it can take a long time. So thank you for watching. Thank you for the game. Honestly, thank you for the story. And I will see you in the next episode.